Alright, let's talk about something that's been buzzing in the football world lately: Manchester United's transfer moves and the chaos surrounding them. Picture this: a club that's been stuck in a cycle of underperformance for years suddenly has a glimmer of hope. But here's the kicker: this isn't just about signing players, it's about strategy, ego, and the brutal reality of modern football economics. And at the center of it all? A 21-year-old fullback named Lewis Hall, who might just be the key to unlocking United's next era, or maybe the last straw for a club that's been playing catch-up for decades. Now, let's cut through the noise. United's summer window has been a masterclass in contradictions. On one hand, they've splashed £50 million on Andre Santos and £35 million on Yuri Tielemans, which sounds like a bold statement. But here's what's fascinating: these aren't the kind of signings that scream title contender. They're more like band-aids on a bleeding wound. Why? Because United's real problem isn't the lack of stars, it's the lack of a coherent identity. And that's where Lewis Hall comes in. The guy's a defensive fullback with the potential to be a world-class talent, right? But here's the rub: United wants him not just for his skills, but as a symbol. A replacement for Luke Shaw, who's become a cautionary tale of mismanagement. This isn't just about filling a position, it's about erasing the past and projecting a future that's still unclear. And then there's Newcastle. Oh, how the tables have turned. A few weeks ago, they were the ones dictating the transfer market, raking in £170 million from exits like Anthony Gordon and Bruno Guimaraes. Now, they're the reluctant sellers, holding on to Hall like he's the last piece of a puzzle. But here's the thing: Newcastle isn't just holding out for money, they're holding out for respect. They've got the financial firepower to say no, but they also know that letting Hall leave might set a precedent. If they sell him for £60 million, does that mean the next star will be cheaper? Or does it make them look like a cash-crunched side desperate to offload talent? This isn't just a transfer, it's a power play between two clubs with very different philosophies. But let's zoom out for a second. United's approach to transfers this summer feels like a case study in short-term thinking. They're throwing money at midfielders like Alex Scott, who's barely 22 and already being courted by Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. The £70 million price tag? That's not just a number, it's a message. To the players, we're serious. To the fans, we're investing. But here's the catch: football isn't a numbers game. It's about chemistry, timing, and knowing when to hold your cards. And yet, United seems to be playing with both hands open, hoping that sheer financial might will fix years of mismanagement. It's like trying to build a house with a bulldozer instead of a blueprint. What's really interesting is how this all ties into the bigger picture. United's current strategy mirrors what we've seen across the Premier League: clubs throwing money at problems instead of solving them. It's the buy-the-trophy mentality, where the assumption is that talent alone will fix everything. But history tells a different story. Look at the 2023-24 season, where clubs spent record sums but still ended up with the same old teams at the top. Talent matters, sure, but so does structure, coaching, and dare I say it, patience. United's problem isn't just that they're spending too much, it's that they're spending in the wrong places and with the wrong mindset. So, where does this leave us? If United gets Hall, will it be a masterstroke or a mistake? If they don't, will they be stuck in another cycle of mediocrity? And what about Alex Scott? Is he the future or just another expensive experiment? The truth is, we don't know. But what we do know is that football is a game of risks, and United's current approach feels like a gamble with the house's money. The question is, can they afford to lose?